So good morning, sir. Hope many of you are senior to me and friends. Very good morning. So I thank Niftam Tanjavu for inviting me as a resource person for this talk. So we will straight away move on to the topic that about like processing of milk and value-added dairy products. So in this regard, before going ahead, as Dr. Priya briefly told about your uh, presence here, I would like to know like if you can, how many participants total, Priya?
So for daily today, 17 master.
17, right?
Some are joining in 2 minutes, but we can start the session.
Okay. Just I want to have like the brief of them, like one name and like the nature of work. That's all. Okay, is it possible?
So unmute the participant.
We have to unmute, huh?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. So that like if their video is on also, that will be fantastic.
Participants, I unmuted you, so you can on the video and introduce yourself to sir. Anyone?
Yeah. My idea is to make it as interactive rather than like monotonous. No one is there.
Everyone.
Hey, all of you, are you there?
Participants, you can unmute you and say yes or not in the chat box.
Hello, sir. I'm busy, Chetri, sir. My network is not working, sir.
Okay. Is there any other participants after Sajal Tamam?
Yes, sir. It's me, Sajal Tabang. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like I want to know about your profession. Like, what is the profession you are doing, so that I can.
I'm here working as district coordinator under
Okay.
PMFLE under government schemes.
Okay. Fine. Any other? I can see here the list. Akshamrut, Akashamrut. Sorry. Are you there? No. Deep. Dr. Syed Ahmad Hussain, Alamdar Hussain. Dr. Waziz Ali Khan, K. Vijay, Menaka, Naveen Sharma, Sajid Tamang. Just now he spoke to me. I think no one are there.
Everyone is here, but I think so they're shy because some of them they are not speaking. They only chat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she Menka, she said okay.
Okay, fine. So I'll continue to do my job.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, so if you look at the Indian dairy processing industry, it is growing at an average growth of 6% annual growth. So in the last 3 years, also if you take, it is growing. So in the past 5 years, like approximately the investment, the quantum of investment, if you look at, like around 266 million has been invested. So the majorly, if you can classify like what kind of like the processing sector it is, like in the cooperatives, the one which is owned by the government or semi-government setup is processing around 433 lakhs of liters per day milk. And apart from this, almost in a few, maybe in 1 or 2 years, it may touch double what cooperative is doing. The private dairy is handling around 700 lakhs liter per day. So, and if you classify the companies, are like they are in what stage? Early stage, or growth stage, or late stage, or in the stage of buyout, or in the pipeline, pre-IPO. So major chunk are in late stage, means they are well established. 35% is well established in the dairy sector processing, and 18% are in growth stage. They are rapidly growing. Okay, and 17% are, they are in pipe stage, like they are converting. They are starting well, and they are converting into early to growth. So that is the thing. And the India being the number one in the milk production, and the prospectus are is also much better for the coming maybe a decade or two for the dairy industry. So with this, the value added dairy products, like we have milk, enough milk for us. Like India is a major, in fact, the number one producer in the world. So come to the value addition, of course, there is a market. Like market is growing rapidly for the value added products also, because the diversity in the sense, the people are now more educated, they know much about, more cautious about their nutrition, what they are going to have, and their purchasing power also being increased in the last, if you take 10-20 years, the purchasing power of the consumers have been increased. So once you have the higher purchasing power, so the food basket is also diversified, and they go more value added products. Okay, so rather than just essential commodities like milk, they will look into the products like paneer, the cheese, then the ice cream. So then novel, the you know the uh, you were kind of like addictive products, like the, because of the taste, because of the wellness you will have. So all those will happen. So in that way, the dairy industry is having good prospectus for the coming years, and it is being growing. Okay, so yeah, I got a message from Vijay, his network is not so good. Okay, thank you, Vijay. Then we'll move to the next slide. So yeah, even like some of you are in the field to make the producer as a the milk producer as a entrepreneur. So for that we have some the small scale technology to do the, like dahi and lassi at home, and churning of dahi into butter and charge, and converting surplus butter into ghee, then small scale kova and chana making, and paneer making. These are all the options for the small scale operator, or those who want to venture into the processing uh, at, for the value addition to the milk at their production site. Maybe they are having some collection of 200 liters or 300 liters or up to 1000 liters or 2000 liters. So they can think of these options to diversify the business, or to maximize their profits rather than selling liquid milk. So how many products, how the value addition to the milk can be done? There are several products you can make out of the milk. Just I can list here. So that is not working here. Yeah. Anyway, so there are, like the eat and desiccated products like paneer. Then you have the chana based products, then kova based products. If you can divert into frozen products, like you have ice cream, kulfis, then ice candies you can make, or if you can make concentrated milk, like evaporated milk, condensed milk, and spray drying like skim milk powder, whole milk powder. And if you can focus on the byproducts, like whey is the major products in the cheese and paneer, so you can make whey protein concentrates, lactose, then whey protein isolates. So many more things, many options will open up for the value addition. So the thing is, at what stage you are and what capital amount you have to invest and what is the market you are targeted. So that will decide your value addition part to the uh, for milk, like to the milk. So to diversify from milk to other products. So then other products from the milk are like I told already, frozen, then heat and desiccated. So then cheese is the another major category where you can have like lot of cheeses in India. The cheese market is also growing rapidly. Even like if you take last 3-4 years data, so that's also growing, and many new cheeses are coming into the market. So that's also catching up. So cheese is another sector. Then we have the flavored milk category. Like again, in the flavored milk, uh, just pasteurized flavored milk is also there. Apart from that, you can have like Pratik, who lights on. So apart from that, you can have the retard sterilized or UST process milk. UST process milk, whichever. Yeah. So UST process and then the retard sterilized flavored milk you can also introduce. Apart from that, butter and ghee market, it's already well established and everyone knows about that. So these are all the major value added ways you can do for the milk. Again, it depending on the consumer market and also the where you are putting up and what is the capital you are going to invest. Okay, so come to the milk processing part. Like first is the collection system. Like in India, you can nowadays by cans, it's almost going to the can reception is almost going to outdated in the coming years, because so many of the cooperatives or even the private dairies, they are started putting up their the bulk milk coolers at the village level itself. So you can directly pour the milk into the bulk milk cooler, because to improve the quality, the first and foremost thing is like once you arrest the or the reduce the temperature of the milk from 37, that is the body temperature of the cow, and milk will also have 37 degrees Celsius, from 37 to 4 or 5 degrees Celsius as soon as possible. So the raw milk quality will be improved like anything. So that milk can be used for even heat condensed products like skim milk powder or the whole milk powder or the UHT milk. They need good quality milk. Okay. So and for that matter, any like fermented milks also, like if you take dahi or yogurt or uh, any Kova based products, if the initial milk quality is good, your product will also be good. Like the saying, like garbage in, garbage out. So if you have milk quality is not good, then your product is not going to be end product is not going to be good quality. So this bulk milk cooler concept is very well come up in the dairy sector. So where the milk will be collected at the village level and they pooled in the bulk milk cooler. I think most of you have seen the bulk milk cooler, isn't it? Or anyone not aware of this bulk milk cooler? I want to feedback. Like I want to have this session to be more. Yeah, I got a message like Sajal Tamang is not seen this one. Anyone else has not seen this bulk milk cooler? Okay, I just checked whether I have the photo. I didn't have this. It is like a tank, like what you are seeing here, and the track. It is put on the platform or on the reception area, where it will be connected with the chilling unit or the compressor unit. I may be having the other uh, thing. Let me see this. Yeah, I didn't have on this. Yeah, no problem. Like, sir, sir. Okay, sir. Immediately, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Sorry, there is a call for me. If you can want to show, I can show you internet. So you can see this diagram, right? This kind of processing image. Have you seen this diagram? The picture? Are you able to see?
Now we can see, sir.
Yeah. So these are the bulk milk cooler that we use for the milk chilling. As like after milking, the milk can be put in this, and there is a compressor, adjacent compressor unit. You can see on the diagram. So that job is to cool the milk maybe in 1 hour or so to 4 degrees Celsius or less than 4 degrees Celsius, so that the microbial growth will get arrested and the quality is much better. Okay. So apart from that, is this? Yeah. Yeah. So we can have the can reception. I said that most of the dairies, like in the old times, now and presently at many times, like where you were not having any bulk milk cooling facility. So what they will do, they will collect the milk and bring that into the chilling center. Okay. So bring that into the chilling center. So there the milk will be collected and weighed and chilled to less than 4 degrees Celsius. So that will be taken up for that will be transferred to the main dairy through the road tankers. So this is the road tanker. So whatever the chilled milk will be loaded into this road tanker, and that will take to the main processing dairy. Okay. So what we will do during the reception is, first and foremost thing is, first we check the weight of the tank. Okay. So first we will record the weight and we also check the temperature. That should not be like more than 7-8 degrees Celsius, because otherwise there is a possibility of increase in acidity. So what we will do, we use road tanker to keep the temperature. That road tanker will have the insulation, so that insulation will not allow the temperature to rise. So the allowable permit is 2 degrees Celsius per 8 hours. So when suppose the road tanker is filled at 4 degrees, so it can go up to 6 degrees Celsius in 8 hours time, or maximum in 16 hours time it will go up to 4 degrees Celsius rise. So what they use for the insulation is 75 mm polyurethane. Okay. So then we have the can reception. In can reception also, first we will see the intact of the seal to check to confirm like any adulteration helps happen during in between transport. So that we will see, and then we'll open the lid and we'll smell the product, and we also check the visible appearance, whether appearance is good or any suppression is there. That we will see, and we'll cleanse thoroughly and we'll take the sample. And if the smell is doubtful, then we'll go for Claton boiling test to quickly judge the sample whether it is good to accept or reject. So if it is positive in the Claton boiling test, we will reject the milk on the spot. So because it will spoil your entire lot. So then we'll move on to the filtration. The filtration can be done in at various places. So what we use is like cotton fabric based filter papers we use. So examples are muslin cloth, and then we also use the plastic sieves, the nylon based plastic filters, and like we use this at the collection point also to remove the extraneous dirt and dust particle that are there in the milk. And also in the processing also, the filter assembly will be there, like you might have seen in the online. The filter unit is there, the online like filtration unit is attached to the reception pipe. Yeah, pictures you can see here. So this is the online filtration system, where it will be inserted in the pipe and with along with this nylon filter. So all the extraneous particle gets separated. And in the processing, we will have a duplex filter in the HTST pasteurizer. So duplex is why? Because you cannot stop the line just because filter is blocked. So in case the blocking has happened, we will divert through the other filter. So and the process will be continuous. Okay. So always in the processing line, duplex filters will be inserted, especially in the HTST pasteurizer. And also this kind of filters we will insert like before filling into the pouches also, like to separate out any even small particle of external dust material. So the consumers will not appreciate if any dust is there in the particle. Right? So Then the next basic unit operation in the milk processing is the cream separation. Okay, so cream separation, as all of you know, is happen because of the density differences in the fat and the solids not fat. Solids not fat have the higher density, that is 1.036, and the fat have the lower density, that is 0.93 kg per liter. So because of this density difference, the fat being a lower density molecule, it start moving upwards during the storage and get separated. That is the gravitational separation, what sometimes you can also see in the pouch. The milk pouch what we brought from the market will also have that kind of separation. The fat is adhered to the top pouch, top the layer of the pouch. So because of gravitational separation. So but in centrifugal separation, what we will do, we use the centrifugal separator or the centrifugal disc. So that will maximize the gravitational force by 6,000 or 7,000 times and allow the fat to separate instantly. Like one side you will add the milk to the separator, other side you will get cream and skim milk. So this is the principle behind this cream separation. So here you can see the diagram, like so the milk is passing from the bottom and then get distribute the milk distributor here. So that get distributed into the bundles of disk, they are called as centrifugal disk. So where it experiences the centrifugal force. So heavier particle will move towards the periphery. Heavier is here skim milk, that will move towards the periphery, that is marked in the blue color, whereas lighter particle, that is the fat being the low density thing, the cream will start moving towards the center of the rotation, axis of the rotation, and then it will move to the top. Like in the cream separator, always the top lid, the top exit bowl is the for the fat, and the below that one will be the skim milk. So we will separately collect the cream and skim milk. So once the milk is passed through this centrifugal separator, so the separation of fat will happen from the milk. So the outcome of this separation is the cream and the skim milk. So cream is rich in fat and skim milk is devoid of fat. Okay. So then these are the efficiency about the cream separator. So if you can calculate the whether whatever your separator is having, whether efficient or not, you can calculate that efficiency using this formula. Okay, so you know the percentage of fat in the cream and you know the percentage of fat in the milk, and one more thing is fat in the skim milk is required. If you know these three, you can calculate the percentage of fat loss or the percentage of fat recovery also in the cream. So the percentage fat loss refers to the amount of fat that goes into the skim milk. Okay, so that can be calculated. So then we can, after the next separation, the another unit operation in the processing of the milk is concerned is the uh, the standardization. Standardization means the whatever the milk you are selling in the market, that are rather available in the market, will be standardized to some level of fat and SNF. So we call it as tone milk if the fat is there at 3% minimum fat and minimum SNF is 8.5%. That these are the legal standards to sell the milk as a tone milk. Okay, and you might have learned in the market it may be double tone milk, with where the fat is 1.5% and SNF is higher here 9%, and maybe skim milk. Skim milk, the fat is less than 0.5 and the SNF is 8.7 minimum percentage. Similarly, you can have the standardized milk 4.5% and 8.5%, and then buffalo milk 6% and 9%, and then cow milk 3.5 and 8.5%. So all these milks are available in the market to meet the requirements of the different consumers. Okay. Suppose if you want to standardize the milk, you can do in many ways. So one is Pearson square method. This is the easy one. Like we'll draw a square and calculate how much cream to be added or how much skim milk to be added to adjust the fat level to the desired level. So accordingly, suppose if you take the one example, whole milk, which is I am having 6% fat, that to be standardized to tone milk, which that is 3% fat, by adding low fat milk or skim milk, which is having 0.5% fat. So in that exercise what I will do. So in the center of the square, I will write the desired fat level. Desired fat level is 3%, right? And I want to be interactive in this slide. Can you unmute yourself like over there in the list of participants? Dr. Priya, you can unmute others. Like they are all
Yes,
muted.
sir. Yes, sir. Sir, they can unmute themselves.
Oh, they can unmute. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes, sir. Participants, you can unmute yourself and interact with sir.
Yeah, how many of you know this Pearson square method so that I can skip or I can keep that I will think of? All of you know this Pearson square method standardization? No response. Okay. Anyway, so in this, the fat in whole milk will be 6 and fat in low fat milk, that is, I have the data that I will write in the my left hand side, that is 6 and 0.5. So what I will do, I will diagonally subtract these values from the higher value, like the lower value will be subtracted from the higher value. 6 minus 3, we have 3 and 3 minus 0.5, it is 2.5. So it means the 2.5 parts of the whole milk I have to take if you want to prepare total. You have 5.5 parts. In that 5.5 parts, 2.5 parts will be whole milk that is having 6% fat, and 3 parts will be low fat milk having 0.5% fat. So that is to make the 5.5 liters. Suppose I want to multiply, I want to make 100 liter. So this will be multiplied like 2.5 divided by 5.5 into 100. So you get for 100 liters. Similarly, for this low fat milk, 3 divided by 5.5 into 100. Okay, so this is the easy method, but the limitation for this method is it's only can be applicable to standardize one component. One component in the sense you can't do simultaneously fat and SNF using Pearson square method. For that, you have to go for algebraic method. I think that is going to take a lot of time. I skip that one. Algebraic method. If any of you interested, you can drop me an email ID. So email to the my email ID. I can talk to you, or I can make that understand. Okay. So this is the simple method for standardization for single component. If you want to do multiple components like fat and SNF at a time, so we will use algebraic method of standardization where you can simultaneously standardize the fat and SNF level. So then another unit operation in the milk processing is the homogenization. Okay. Why we are going for the homogenization? What is the need? So cream separation is to separate out the cream and make the fat-rich products like butter, ghee, and also you make the standardized products like yogurt or dahi. So that is there, the use of cream separation. What is the use of homogenization? Can anyone tell homogenization what is the use? If you are already aware of why the homogenization you do for the milk.
So it will enable uniformity, like they are built from different sources. So through this homogenization process, we will have a uniform milk.
Okay, yeah, some extent is right. You have uniform consistency. I think I'm right, Taman. You are referring to uniform consistency, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the uniform consistency in the sense like in the milk, generally we'll say, oh, today's milk is thin, or someday compared to the yesterday, you will relatively compare. This milk is thick, this milk is thin, this milk is watery. So all this, there is a different, the phenomena technically that is based on the solids level. You can have either thick, thin. Another is sometimes what they if do not homogenize the creamy layer, the fat portion that is present in the milk that will start come up because of the gravitational force. So the fat gets separated from the skim milk, from the milk, and the two phases will be there. One is fat rich phase and the another one is low fat phase. Okay, so in that case the consistency is not uniform. after removing the fat, that milk may appear thin. Okay, so to have uniform consistency, as Dr. Tamang said, so we need to go for homogenization. So homogenization, what it will do? It will reduce the fat level size to less than 2 micron level. Okay, because the fat level size varies in the milk, in the natural milk, from 0.1 to 20 micron. Once you homogenize through this homogenizer, so the fat level size has come down from 20 to less than 2 micron. Okay, so morely approximately around 0.8 mean diameter size, micron diameter size it will come. So it, after homogenization, that creamy layer will not form. So if this is required, suppose if you have long like products, like if you have the set dahi or set yogurt for 15-20 days shelf life, over a period of storage, the fat layer will form on the top if you did not homogenize, and you will not appreciate the product. Hey, kya hai, upar malai hai, niche alag hai. So that kind of thing. So otherwise, if you have like UST milk, the homogenization is compulsory, because if you keep the milk pouch for about 4 months in the market, definitely the milk fat layer will come to the fat if you do it without homogenization. So homogenization is necessary to avoid cream layer formation in the milk, especially in the long life products. Suppose you are buying any flavored milk, that is like sterilized flavored milk, so then homogenization is essential. And also if you are buying any ice cream, homogenization is essential. Okay, so this homogenization is a mechanical process where the fat globules are broken up to a tiny particle, the smaller particle of less than 1 micron dia, and they will not form a clumping or form a creamy layer during the storage if you homogenize it properly. Okay, so this is about the equipment part. I'm not going to tell much about the equipment part, because I don't think so. If you are interested, I can connect this also. I can cover this also. So otherwise, I will leave this equipment portion as such. Now it is not required for you at this moment. Can you confirm? Like, if you are anyone interested, I can touch this part. No problem. So what will happen in the homogenizer is the fat globule, the bigger globule is broken down into smaller globule. You can see the picture. So here in the feed basic product, we'll have big red color, blue color circle and white color circle. So all this they are going to, like, the red color one, after homogenization, the size is lesser. This is the homogenized product. Okay. So how exactly it will happen is, if you like see here, yellow color, the fat globules here, that passes through a narrow slit in the homogenizer, and after homogenization with appropriate pressure, we use around first stage around 200 220 bar, and the second stage will be 30 to 50 bar pressure. So at that it will, the size get reduced and the creamy layer will not form. So here technicality, you can see the velocity of the liquid in this will be around 100 to 400 meters per second in the narrow gap, and homogenition takes place in like your blinking of eyes, like 10 to 20 microseconds it will pass through. It's a continuous process. Okay, so some prerequisite for homogenization is the milk has to be heated to 65 degrees Celsius, because just like to ensure that inactivate the native lipase enzyme. Lipase will be there in the milk, so that has to be inactivated. So to do that, we will warm the milk to 65 degrees Celsius at least before homogenization. Otherwise, so this lipase will act on the free fat that is like during the homogenization and causes oxidative flavor in the milk. So the pressure I said like 250 in the first stage and 50 bar in the second stage. So yeah, these questions I will ask you to ignore. Like, what happens when the pressure exceeds more than this 250 bar? Like, I don't think so it is useful for you. So then the pasteurization, the another thing, like another unit operation in the milk processing is the pasteurization. So in the pasteurization is like all of you knowing like why we do the pasteurization, isn't it? What is the need of pasteurization? Can anyone tell? Why we will not suggest you to drink raw milk? We will suggest you to drink always pasteurized milk. So what is the effect of pasteurization? Yeah, to kill harmful microbes. Yeah, very right. Many of you are reverting that to kill harmful bacteria, harmful microbes. So harmful in the sense they are disease causing. We call it as pathogens. So we call it as pathogens. So the main aim of maceration is to make the milk safe for consumption. So like after you drink the milk, that milk should not cause any disease or discomfort to you because of the microbes, the pathogenic microbes that are present in the milk. So for that, we fix the time temperature combination like in the batch method 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. This is the time temperature combination for batch method. And similarly for the continuous process, we will fix that as the 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds in the continuous method. And promptly we have to cool after eating to 4 degrees Celsius. That is the complete pasteurization. Like pasteurization without cooling is incomplete pasteurization. So as soon as it attains this particular time temperature combination milk, we have to cool the milk to 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. So that's completes the pasteurization. So most of the operations like filtration, separation, standardization, homogenization, they are all synchronized with this continuous pasteurizer. That is HTST, high temperature, short time. LTLT is low temperature, long time. Okay, so there are two modes of pasteurization. HTST, the product quality will be good because short time it will expose to the high temperature. Okay. So, is this theoretical pasteurization temperature and the practical pasteurization temperature are different or same? Can anyone answer this? Like I say in the theoretically, whatever the advised 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds is the minimum. Whether this theoretical temperature is followed in the industry or not. If not, what is the other temperature they are following? Sir? Ah, sir. आपल्याला सर ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಈ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬಳಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಟೂರ್ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ಸರ್ ಐ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ other than this hard copy only I submitted sir, like visited local market and all hard copy. So, sorry for the interruption. Is the I think many of you from the industry, I expect some answer from the industry. Like this temperature is still holds good in the industry, or that industry temperature is different. Can anyone tell? No one from the industry? I didn't get any response. Okay, no problem. So in industry, we usually keep slightly higher temperature than this. We usually keep around 76 degrees Celsius, 76 to 78 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds, just to ensure no sub or under pressurized milk should go to the market. So that's the reason we keep slightly higher in the industry, 76 to 78 degrees Celsius. Okay. So yeah, this is the picture of HTSC pasteurizer. You can see here how it will work. Like LTLT is a kind of tank, insulated jacketed tank. Inside the tank, milk will be taken, and in the jacket, steam or the cooling water will be circulated to rise the temperature or to cool down the temperature of the milk. Whereas in HTST, we have the series of plates. We use generally plate heat exchanger, series of plates. In the one plate, we take heating media or cooling media. In the other plate, the milk will pass through. Okay, so here you can see like hot water out and milk from separator. So the milk from separator is going in and hot water is going out here. So where we have heating section. So in the heating section we use hot water. Okay. So this is about the this is about the pasteurization process, like we use like series of sections will be there in the pasteurizer. One is the cooling section, then regeneration section, then regeneration heating or regeneration cooling, then heating section, then holding section. So after holding section, it will again come back to the regeneration cooling section. The milk will come back to the regenerative cooling section. So you can see here, there's a regeneration section and then heating section. Okay. So in the regeneration section, what will happen? The heat transfer happen between the milk to milk. So here we don't use any additional cooling media or heating media. We use the heated milk to heat the incoming milk. So by the way, the outgoing milk will also get cooled. Okay. So most of the pasteurizers that are available in the market will have the regeneration efficiency of more than 92%, sometimes 95% you can obtain based on the design. Okay. So it means the whatever the heating that is happening in the pasteurizer, only 5% of the heating you have to source from the external source, like from use the steam or something to get the 5%. Otherwise, your entire heating requirement will be taken by the heat exchange between the heated and cold the milk. Okay, so that's how this will be designed. So this is the typical pasteurizer flow diagram. Here you can see like we need the utility like steam, and also you need the utility of hot water and then chilled water utility required. So milk will collect in the raw milk tank. Raw milk that is stored milk will be taken here. This is called FCBT, that is float control balance tank. From that, the milk will be pumped to, here you can see the pump here, milk pump. So serial number 2 is the milk pump. Through the first it will go to the filtration. Okay, the filtration. So after filtration, it will go to the regenerative heating section. So milk is heated by the outgoing milk, and after that it will go to the separator. Okay, so it will be taken up into the separator. Separation will also happen at around 40-45 degrees Celsius, and again milk comes back from the separator and it will get heated up again, regenerative heating here in the section 4, and it will be taken to the homogenizer. So after homogenization, milk comes back to the section and further get heated with the section 5 is the heating section. It will be heated to the final set temperature 76, and then after that it will goes to the holding holding section. This is the holding section. You'll have the tubular, it is the tubular type pipe conveyor. So milk enters here at one point and exit at one point. At the exit point, we keep it as one flow diversion valve, so that actually sense the temperature, whether the set temperature is reached or not, and if reached, it allows the milk to go forward to the regenerative cooling section. If not, it will divert the flow to the float control balance tank. Okay, so that's, and then this, if it is forward, then the milk get cooled by the time it reaches the section 4, from 4 to 4, and then we need further cooling by the chilled water. This dotted line, you can see the section 6 is the chilled water connection, the chilled water milk, and then the pasteurized milk will be out. Okay, so that is the process in the STST milk pasteurizer. So this is the flow, usually it goes that as I explained already. So yeah, so whole milk or skim milk, we standardize that, and then we do the like if you want to make dahi or fermented products, set dahi or yogurt, so at least you should keep 13 to 14% solids, then we'll homogenize it. Then heat treatment for dahi and yogurt, this is about 85 to 95 degrees Celsius temperature is required for 10 to 30 minutes. Higher the temperature, more will be the denaturation here. Okay, so more will be the denaturation of proteins, and setting will be better. It will get thick curd. Okay, so then cool to 42 degrees Celsius, we will add the starter culture for yogurt. We use LT and ST, like Streptococcus thermophilus, and this one, what is that called? ST and LB culture we use for the yogurt. Bulgaricus culture, Lactobacillus bulgaricus. So then after that, we'll incubate at 42 degrees Celsius and cool to 4 degrees Celsius. And if it is a steamed yogurt, we'll break that coagulum and if it is not stirred, we'll set yogurt, we'll keep like that only. Okay. So, and also sometimes we mix with fruit to make the fruit yogurt. So, and if it is regular retail, like yeah, so we'll directly fill into the cups and you will get the set yogurt. Okay. So, any doubts so far for you? Like I told about milk processing, raw milk to pasteurized milk, and then I talked about yogurt. So, any doubt you can ask me, like in between now.
Participants, if you have any doubt in between, you can write in the chat box or unmute yourself. So all clear, sir.
Okay, good. So then I will take to the next product. Yeah, this is the kind of texture I was showing. Like this is the yogurt what we are making at our dairy plant. So you can see the firm coagulum of the yogurt. So then come to the cream. Like as I told, after cream separation, you will have the cream. So there are various types of cream, like table cream, you have light cream, coffee cream. All will have around 25% fat. And also in the market, you will find whipping cream, heavy cream. It will have more than 40% fat and less than 60% fat. And the plastic cream, you will have 65 to 85% fat. Okay. So what is the use of cream is that cream will be used as a base material for making butter or the ghee directly. Okay. Any of you want to say something? Okay, so let's come back to this butter making process. Butter can be made in two ways. One is the batch method. You can see in the top right hand side the butter churn. There's a batch butter churn. So earlier time, most of the dairies used to have batch churn. Now almost all the dairies except small scale, they have continuous butter making machine. So where the cream is churned continuously, the cream you have taken on the top and it will be cooled, that is in the jacket around 10 degrees Celsius, and it will be churned, and then it will worked out through the extruder. There is the extrusion section, also we call it as working section, where the buttermilk will get separated. After churning, the fat globule membrane will disintegrate and the free fat will form, and that free fat is compacted using this extruder type screw. There's a first stage, and afterwards we'll have a second stage for further compaction. So because butter will have the moisture of around only maximum 16%, that is the maximum permittable moisture in the butter. So you need to remove all the liquid portion, that is buttermilk portion, from the uh, churned butter. So that's the reason we use two extruders. So first stage and second stage. In the second stage, we also adjust sometimes the moisture. Like if it is too low moisture, we will add moisture in the form of water dosing. The pasteurized water will be dosed. Why this is because if you lose excess moisture means your cream portion will be higher. So as per the FSSAI standards, minimum 80% fat to be maintained in the butter. Suppose if you have removed excess water means sometimes the fat percentage will go up to 82, 83, 84. So in that case, you are losing because the butter price is fixed in the market. You are losing the excess fat in the form of more than 80% fat. So the no commercial manufacturer want to give excess fat to the consumer. So they will keep 80, 80.2, 80.4. That's it. So not more than that. So to do that, they will dose some water at this stage also, and they also dose salt. Here you can see the last stage. The salt will be dosed here to mix with the butter. We can make salted butter. Okay, salted butter is the one what we buy in the market in the retail thing, like 100 gram, 200 gram carton cups or the butter tubs. They are the salted one. Even 500 gram butter is also salted. And unsalted is the one where the salt addition will not happen. So that will be used for the ghee production. Okay. So by the way, I want to ask you a question. What is the shelf life of the butter? Can anyone tell? What is the shelf life of butter? Or any guess, wild guess? how many days it will be stable. No answer?
Sir, 3 months, my approximately
Yeah, 3 months. Okay, what temperature?
around the refrigerated condition.
Refrigeration condition 3 months is tough. You can get up to 9 months or 1 year if you store the butter at -20. Okay, -20 is the ideal butter storage temperature. But what to be keep in the refrigerator, that will come by about one month or maximum 1.5 month. Afterwards, the molds will start grow in the butter surface. Okay, so usually the for long storage we'll keep a -20. If it is immediate use, we'll keep at 6 degree, 4 to 6 degrees Celsius. Okay. So then, how we can make the butter? In the butter making process, I told already, there is one concept, ripening of cream. Anyone aware of this ripening of cream? What is ripening? Like, I will ask other way. What is ripening in the fruits? What is ripening of fruit? I think all of you know that ripening of fruit. Can anyone tell what is ripening of fruit? Not sure. Still, how many participants are there? Yeah, I am not able to give the total number of participants.
So all of them have come.
All of them have come. Just I am asking simple question. Anyone can answer this. Like, what is ripening of fruit?
Participants, you can answer the question.
So ripening of fruit supposed attainment of maturity. There
Yeah,
are some
like
physical changes that are attributed to changes in color, texture,
yeah, correct.
flavor, that is prior to the senescence.
Yeah,
That
like
this is
after harvesting of the fruit, you will keep for some days or under some conditions to change that color, like to more juicy. Otherwise it will be sour. After that, like suppose if you take mango when you picked from the tree, it is hard, it is tough to eat, and it is green in color, and no mango, not much aroma, the fruit, the flavor that is coming out of that one. So when you after ripening, the color turns to yellow, then the taste turns from like sour to sweetish, and the texture is also soften up. The flavor will get good, uh, ripened flavor. Okay, so this ripening refers to the similar thing what we are going to do for the cream. So in the cream, what we will do, we need the good aroma in the cream. So we will go with so yeah, we will want to have good aroma in the cream. So what we will do, we will add the starter culture to that. That is lactic acid bacteria we will add. Like in case of yogurt, we use the ST and LB, that is yogurt culture. Here we use usually the mesophilic culture. Mesophilic is Lactobacillus lactis, subspecies cremoris, kind of thing. That cultures we will add in the range of 0.5 to 2%. We will inoculate the cream with the lactic acid bacteria and incubate this cream at 21 degrees Celsius for about 18 to 24 hours. Okay, so usually that period will get the desired flavor. So we'll have the more sometimes the ghee that we get from the market is will not appreciate much, whereas the ghee produced at home you'll appreciate much. Why? Because the aroma difference. That aroma difference we can catch up by doing ripening at industrial level. So cream is subsequently cooled to 5-10 degrees Celsius to arrest further acid development, and then there in this stage there is a process called diacetyl will produce diacetyl from the starter culture. They use the citrates that is available in the milk and they produce the diacetyl that is more appealing flavor. In the mango, what will happen? the ethylene will produce, that will initiate the ripening. So here the diacetyl will produce, that is highly appreciable. So this kind of thing we will do, and then afterwards in the butter making we'll cool that to temperature of around 8 to 10, and then we allow for the aging in the sense, here the milk fat crystals will form, the firm crystals will form, the solidification of the fat will happen, so that after solidification it is easy for churning. Okay, so that's the reason we go for cooling and aging. Then yeah, so this churning what we do here, we will agitate the cream at suitable temperature, that is around 9 to 11 degrees Celsius, until the fat globule membrane that is there, that will get ruptured. So once it is ruptured, the free fat will be released from the fat globule membrane. So that free fat have the tendency to agglomerate and form a lump. So that thereby the butter lump will be formed. Okay. So these are some factors which influence the churnability, like composition, size of the fat globule, temperature of the churning. I'm not go in detail with this. Like factors influencing the churnability are viscosity of the cream, fat percentage. The fat percentage, ideal fat percentage for butter making is 35 to 40%. Then if you are batch churn, we need to load only 1.5 to 1/3 of the capacity of the churn. If you have more weight, that will produce the the greasy kind of texture butter. So these are the thing. And about the butter, after butter, I think we'll go to the ghee. Afterwards I'll come back to the kulfi. So ghee, again there are 4 major methods to make the ghee. One is like desi method, or the indigenous method, then the direct cream method, then the creamery butter method, then we have the free stratification method, and continuous method of ghee production. So based on the scale, the people will adopt this different kinds of technology in the ghee. So that's the reason, like in all the ghee that are available in the market, they are not same. There may be some differences if you compare Amul ghee, if you compare Nandini ghee, if you compare Vijaya ghee. So there are some differences because the methods of preparation are different, and so that's obviously there is a difference in the thing. And also the fatty acid composition, like the what we produce, like cow milk or buffalo milk, or it is from, like if you go to the Gujarat, their feeding pattern of a cow is different, and come back to the Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, their feeding patterns are different. They also produce different fatty acids. That's the reason this fatty acid profile will keep on varying, and the aroma will also vary. Okay. So, and also the treatment, the treatment what we give in the southern part of India is much more, the intense than the ghee treatment given in the northern India. So they like the mild flavor in the ghee, but whereas we like very strong flavor in the ghee, and with tinge of burnt flavor in the ghee. The people in the south is appreciating. So eating up to boiling the milk, and then fermentation, malai, churning, that up to this and then butter will make, and the butter will be boiled at 110 to 115 degrees Celsius. So then we will subjected this to clarification. Clarification means the whatever the curd particles are there in the butter, so that will get removed off here. Sometimes while making the ghee, you might have seen on the bottom there are golden brown particles. They are called curd particles. So that is coming from the SNF content of the butter. So then we do the filtration, and then there is a ghee, and then we will take this ghee settling tank, and then taken for filling or packing. Then will be we induce the crystal, so that is called a crystallization tank or crystallization room. So then we'll have the ghee. Okay. So then in a direct cream, we will directly take the cream instead of butter. That's called direct cream method. I think I'm in the class. So then we have the direct cream, which is having 60 to 70% fat. Then we will ghee boiler. So boiling at 114 to 2 degrees Celsius, then we will get the ghee. Similarly, we have another method called creamery butter method. So here we have the cream will be converted into butter first, and then butter will be taken into the ghee boiler, and then that is will be taken the buttermilk at 80 degrees Celsius, and then taken for the ghee boiler for the final heating. Then clarified fat will have filtration and ghee. Another method is the stratification method, the free stratification method. So what we'll do here, the butter, the cream is pasteurized, churned and butter. Butter will be taken into the butter melter, and after butter melting, will transfer into the free stratified vessel where the it will form into three layers. So heavy layer on the bottom that is having impurities that will be discarded. On the top and middle layer will have the ghee that will again taken for the boiling at 114 degrees Celsius, and then filter it and you will get the ghee. Okay. So there are some ghee standards like special, general and standard. You will have a letter like red, green and chocolate. This is as per the AGMARK standards. Okay. So special grade will have these standards like we are reading this standard, RML this standard, Polanski and moisture content, and then percentage of free fatty acids. Free fatty acids, you can see this is the major difference between these grades. Special grade will have 1.4. Means less free fatty acid means less oxidized aroma. So more free fatty acid means more oxidized aroma, means which is not desirable. Okay. So that is more than 2.5 and more than 3. If it is older ghee, this free fatty acid is also going to increase, okay, in the storage. Yeah, then before going to the ice cream, I want to ask you, what is the difference between the butter, oil and the ghee? Can anyone tell that? What is the difference between the butter oil and the ghee? You might have learned the word butter oil and the ghee. What is the difference between the butter oil and the ghee? Any answer? Any participant? No answer. So I don't know about organizers. Do you provide breakfast and lunch to the participants, or how it is?
No, it's all done.
No, probably they forgot to have the breakfast today.
The one person is saying flavor difference.
Flavor difference between the butter oil and the ghee. Okay, which is having more flavor?
Sejal, you can speak.
Yeah, ghee is having more flavor. Correct. So in the ghee and butter oil, exactly what we said is the one is bland, butter oil is bland, another one is with the more flavor, ghee. Okay. So and how this butter oil will be made? Like most of the times the standards are different. Around 99.7% is the fat. So it will be there in the both, like 99.7, 99.8% fat. So remaining is the moisture. So, but the flavor is different than the ghee. How it can be made? In the butter oil can be made in the vacuum process. We use the vacuum process. Under vacuum, we heat the butter. We melt the butter, so the boiling temperature will not go more than 103 or 104 degrees Celsius. So there the butter oil will be made. So at that temperature, the flavor will not be obtained because this flavor, ghee flavor, will be obtained because of the heat cooking reaction, like boiling reaction. At that heat temperature, there is a reaction between the carbohydrates and the fat and the protein that are present in the ghee. So that will give typical flavor. So since the temperature is not going more than 103, so there is less intensity of these reactions, the temperature dependent reactions. So that's the reason. So they will not have this butter oil will not have the flavor. So okay, good. Then we'll move on to the ice cream. So before going to this, I want to ask you one question. What is the difference between ice cream and the frozen desserts? Can anyone tell what is the difference between ice cream and the frozen dessert? Even you can put the message in the chat box, fine. What is the product we call ice cream? What is the product we call frozen desserts. What is the key difference? Like not all the products that are look like ice cream in the market, yeah, they are ice creams. Yeah, Tamang G is telling it is made out of milk. Exactly right. So the manufacturer can put label as ice cream, uh, only if the product has milk fat and milk protein in it, milk solids in it. If you have different fat, like apart from milk fat, if you use any vegetable fat, then that product is not fit to call it as ice cream. They will call it as frozen dessert. And if the product has even vegetable protein source, like from soya or from the other pea protein kind of thing, then also the product will be called as frozen desserts, not ice cream. So ice cream will be like when you use the milk only as a major ingredient, which is having milk fat and the protein. So then only we call it as ice cream. And this ice cream market is growing. So you can see the picture here. In 2012, the it's ice cream market in India. It is around 28.4 billion. Okay, total market value, and in terms of yeah, it's in billion, and green color is in millions. Okay, so and it subsequently after 5 years it is almost doubled, 28 to 59, and another 5 years it's also get doubled. So it's keep on growing, like every 5 years it is getting double. Okay, so because the purchasing is increasing ice cream, still we are not the number one consumers of the ice cream. Like our mm, per capita consumption is very less compared to US or China market. So Indian consumers are still under less. Like it is, you can see the CAGR around 15.7%. It is growing in between 2012 and 2017, and in between 17 to 22 it's growing at 12.4, almost double digit. Like in all the period last 10 years, it's a double digit growth in the ice cream. And volume, if you take, it's about in terms of value. In terms of volume, if you take, it's also growing. Like you can see 173 million kg, that will becomes another around 100 kg added up, 100 kg million kg added up in 17, and then around 135 or 150 kg added up in during 17 to 22, 152 million kgs. In terms of volume, also it's growing at very rapid stage, around 9%. Yeah, so ice cream making, what are the things we required apart from milk? Can anyone tell? I didn't have a flowchart here. I can create the flowchart, but I want to answer from you. Suppose what is the process? Like if you are aware, I use the milk. Apart from milk, what are the other ingredients we use in the ice cream? Mhm. Any answer? Milk is the one ingredient. Apart from that, one easy ingredient you can say. Yeah, milk, cream, sugar, flavor. Okay, milk, cream. I think Sajat Tamangji is the only one participant who is responding for all my questions and very interactive. Good. So milk, cream, then flavors, then colors. Yeah. Then another measure, if you mention cream, you also mention SMP. SMP is also used in the formulation, ice cream formulation. So then we have, apart from this, uh, yeah, color, flavor, and we use bit of stabilizer and emulsifiers. That's all, stabilizers and emulsifiers. So then your ice cream will be ready. So what is the process that involved ice cream production? So first we'll formulate the mix, means ice cream mix will be made. Okay. So you know any idea like how much sugar it has, the ice cream mix? How much sugar we need to add in the ice cream mix? I want to with that. I'm going to. So yeah. So I want to tell this, like ice cream mix, how much sugar will be there? Any answer? Okay, in biscuit cookies, how much sugar will be there? 10 to 20%. Yeah, you are right, 10 to 20% broad area, but 10% ice cream will not taste better. There another person is saying 25%. So no, it is around 15 to 18%. 15 to 18% sugar we will add. Like 15 or 16% is good for vanilla or plain flavors, and 18%, 19%, sometimes even 20% are good for chocolate flavors. Okay, chocolate flavor ice creams. So yeah, after taking this, what will be the total solids? Can anyone have the idea in the ice cream mix? Ice cream mix, you know the now sugar. What is the total solids in the ice cream mix? You have any idea? Total solids level? Total solids, the amount is in 20%. Only 5% milk? No, no. It is more than that. It will have 30, minimum 36% as per the FSC standards. So it will be like 36 to 37%. So now you know the 36% out of 36% total solids, 15% is your sugar, right? What is the fat percentage then? Remaining is fat and the SNF. What is the fat percentage in it? What is the SNF percentage in it? I am talking about ice cream mix preparation. So for ice cream mix preparation, I need these ingredients, and I also said sugar is around 15% for the plain variants of the ice cream. And what will be the fat percentage and what will be the SNF percentage? Can anyone tell me? Fat here refers to the ice cream milk fat. So you can check like 2.5 to 10% as per as recent FSC standards. 2.5 to 10%. 10% we call it as premium ice cream or the full fat ice creams. 2.5 is low fat ice cream, and medium fat is in between 5 to 10%. Okay, so there are three categories as per FSSAI. And SNF, like usually we keep 11%, 10.5 to 11% SNF. So this SNF we will make up from the SMP what we are adding. And stabilizer and emulsifier maximum 0.5%. Okay, and yeah, flavor and color as per as in GMP we call it as good manufacturing practices. Usually we'll add flavor at around 0.2%, and we'll add colors maximum 100 ppm, that is the permissible limit for the ice cream. Okay, so vanilla ice cream contain any color in it or not? That's my next question. So whatever, like all of you must have tasted the vanilla ice cream. Does vanilla ice cream have color in it? Mahantaji is saying yes. Any other answer? I need more answers to this. Kamanji is saying no. Okay. Now, correct answer is no. So, vanilla, usually we don't add any additional color. Like whatever natural white color we'll get in the mix, that is the only color. So we don't add any external color to the vanilla ice cream. Mostly that is plain white. So in case of strawberry and butterscotch, and then blueberry, and then other variant like you have several variants like rose, coconut, all those mango, pista, all those will add additional color. But whereas vanilla it didn't have any color. But if you see the consumption pattern, vanilla is mostly consumed, like top moving ice cream. Around 53% of the ice cream market is captured by vanilla ice cream. Okay, the people love to have this vanilla ice cream. So yeah, so and after ice cream in the like ingredient. The steps involved are, once the mix is ready, we will then homogenize the mix. We will heat to 90 degrees Celsius or 85 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes heating. Then we will cool the mix, allow for the aging. Aging will be at least for 4 hours. We'll keep it around 4 degrees Celsius, 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. After that, that will helps to form the, the fat solidification. Okay, fat solidification is required because at the later stage we incorporate the air into the ice cream. So if the solidified fat will have better retention of the air. Okay, so then after that pasteurization, we cool to 4 degrees Celsius. So then aging, after aging will taken for the mix to pass through the ice cream freezer, where air will be introduced. What percentage of air will be there in the ice cream? So ice cream means it is not only the mix, along with the mix, the air will also be there. What percentage of air will add it to the mix? Can anyone tell? Any idea? 50%. Okay. Yeah, we can go up to 90 to 93% of air, because the standard says 525 gram. Like your 1 liter ice cream should weigh 1 liter ice cream should weigh at least 525 gram. Okay, 525 gram. Then the permissible air will be around 475 divided by 1000. Okay, so that will come around 93% of overrun. We call it this phenomenon. We call it as overrun. Like minimum 93% overrun we can expect in the ice cream. Okay, so then after freezing, we'll collect in the packing, and the like cups or the family packs, and then keep it in the hardening tunnel for about 2-3 hours, and then we'll ship to the, like about sometimes 18 to 24 hours, and then we'll ship to the frozen storage, like minus 20 degree storage. Okay. This is about the ice cream. Suppose if you want to make investment for 2000 liter capacity of the plant, what are the requirements and what is the total investment that is required? You can see here. We need dump tank, centrifugal heat tank, HDST plate type pasteurizer. Then we need two-stage homogenizer. We need storage tank. We need the milk pump, necessary vessel installation. All those will cost you around 25 lakh 33,000. This is the quantum of investment that is required, apart from utility and the effluent treatment plant. If you see, you need the another effluent treatment plant around 5 lakhs. Then utilities may be required here, the boiler and the the chilling refrigeration systems that may need another additional 10 lakhs. So totally around we need 40 to 50 lakh investment for this 2000 liters capacity. So yeah, so this is about the the presentation. If you want any specific query to answer, I can ready. Like I thought 10 minutes we'll discuss with you. Now 120. So any doubts or any query I can take up now.
Thank you so much, sir. Participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box or unmute yourself to talk with sir, and he is there to clarify your doubts.
Or any other product you want to know about that? There are various products. Like I have not touched all the products here. Like the major one, like butter, ghee, then ice cream. Yeah, dahi, yogurt we touched. So any other product apart from this you want to know, I can do that.
Participants, if you have any question, you can write in the chat box. Sir is here to answer. Sir, no question. Participants are saying
No questions?
no question. Sir.